ධර්ම දේශනාවක් පවත්වන්නට අපි ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කරනවා විස්සාගම්බෝධි විහාරස්ථානයේ භාරතීය සරණපාල ආන්දෝලන වහන්සේට උන්වහන්සේ යම් ශාසනාවක් පවත්වනවා.
I think it's okay, you can go ahead and take a seat. I just want all of you to be comfortable. Venerable Lokahandro, Ratasenakahandro, and members of the Mahasangha, dear friends in Dhamma. So first of all, I would like to express our deepest sympathies to Mahatma and their family. On behalf of our Nayakahandro, the Mosahandro was planning to attend the funeral service, but due to an emergency, he could not make it. Then we, 4 monks from our temple, came to this funeral service to express our goodwill and compassion and to share some Dhamma to alleviate the pains of losing the most beloved person in your life, Mr. Lakshman Nasapurana. And lovingly, people call him Lucky Anicca. Now when I think of Lucky Mahatma, our memory goes back to the 90s. How all of you used to come there, bring it down. How we used to have some friendly conversations. And the children only now I know your name, but we call you Mimi or something. It's a beautiful name. And the majority of the people know you as Mimi. And of course, Timutu, Samantha, and the son-in-laws, Duminda and Asanta. By then, we didn't know the grandkids. We were not there by then. But then, we remember going to the Buddhist and Asanta's house for some period chanting. And Mala Nona was in touch with me thanks to social media. Time to time we would send me some good messages. Even I don't have your phone number, but when I heard the news, I called you on Messenger. And then you immediately answered the phone when you saw my name. I guess you wanted to talk to me. And then Amare, but we lovingly call him Amare. Amare called Nayakahandro to invite the monks to attend the funeral service. He invited the monks on behalf of all of you. And as Nayakahandro made it very clear, he was a very good man, a very good person. He had a good heart for the community, for the people. He wanted to help others. And he was very close to the temples and the monks of all the temples. He brought Dhamma into his heart. He tried his best to live his life according to the principles of Dhamma taught by the Buddha. As we are saying final goodbye to him, let us do so with a heart full of gratitude and respect. This is the time to bring the Dhamma into our heart. Because Dhamma is beautiful and it has the power to not only alleviate the pains and sadness, but also to transform our life. Dhamma has the light, and this Dhamma light has the power to make things very clear to us. A little while ago, the venerable monks recited the most important Pali verse, which you have heard at numerous occasions. We monks always recite that verse. Maybe we don't understand or see the real essence of this teaching. But if we can understand the real meaning of this verse, it would shed light. Aniccā saṅkhārā. All the conditioned things, all the composite things are subject to change. In other words, everything is impermanent in life. Upada vayadhamino, everything has the nature of arising and passing. Upajitva nirucchanti tesam upasamo sukho. The bliss, the freedom, the liberation would come to us if we can become completely free from this arising and passing of all the conditioned things. Now, how do we understand this? I would like to bring your attention to the very first sermon delivered by the Buddha, known as the Dhammacakkabhavata Sutta, the discourse on the turn and the wheel of life. When Buddha taught the heart of Buddhist philosophy known as the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, when he explained this in detail, Buddha's first enlightened disciple, venerable aniccā, became an arhat, became enlightened after understanding the Four Noble Truths, after seeing the true nature of life, which he has beautifully uttered in Pali. That phrase is very powerful again. That is, yang kinchi samudaya dhamma sabbantam nirodha dhammati. That means if there is anything that has the nature of arising, all that has the nature of ceasing. In other words, all the integrated things are subject to disintegration. This is the reality of life. And then the Buddha's last sermon, Mahaparinibbana Sutta, which contains a lot of beautiful teachings with the stories, And as a way of giving the last teaching to his disciples who gathered at the Parinirvana Manchika Kusina, Buddha said, Vaya Dhamma saṅkhārā appamadena sampadena. The monks, all my disciples, all the conditioned things are subject to change. Therefore, live your life diligently. Live your life mindfully. Now we understand, as monks, we have been performing this kind of services for many years. As for myself, I started seeing this kind of deaths and performing, participating in this kind of rituals from age 10 as a novice monk. I started from Sri Lanka, then coming to this country. And since I go beyond the community to a lot of activities across North America, I get the opportunity to see and get involved with not only our community activities but also other communities. And I see people suffering from the deaths of the loved ones. And people generally around the world are dying as we are performing this service. Even at this moment, somewhere, somebody is saying goodbye, somebody is in pain. This is the truth, this is the reality. That's the very reason why even Buddha said it's not just the human beings. All sentient beings, if they are born, they will have to say goodbye. There is another beautiful stanza that we can reflect on. Ye kechi bhuta ye bhavisante sabbe gamisante pahayadeha. It's not just now, even in the past immemorial, all sentient beings died. And those who are living right now, even those who are here in this funeral home, including the monks, we will be saying goodbye to our loved ones. We are not here for good. This is just a temporary time that we have, and everybody will say goodbye. And then those who are coming into life, coming to be in the future, will do the same. That's why Buddha said this is the nature of the saṅsāra. Buddha never praised this saṅsāra, the cycle of life. Cycle of life has no beginning, no end. And in this journey of saṅsāra, all sentient beings are coming into life. They live for a short time being based on their karma. And then they die again. The death leads to the birth, rebirth leads to aging, sickness and death, and then the death leads to more rebirth. This is the nature of the cycle of life. This is what Buddha saw. This is what he realized. And that's why he used the word Dhamma. It is what it is. Though you like it or not, it is what it is. though you want to die or not, though you wish to die or not, it is what it is. We will say goodbye to and we will be separated. That's why we must do a daily reflection. One of them is Sabbe me piyehi manapehi nana bhavo vina bhavati. All the nearest to dearest ones will be separated from each other and will grow differently. This is the truth we have to reflect and contemplate all the time. So understanding this, now sometimes when you listen to this kind of teaching, people may have, due to lack of wisdom or knowledge, they may come to a conclusion, my goodness, this is such a pessimistic teaching. But the Buddha is not here to entertain the human beings to give a false hope. He doesn't want to entertain the people with the false hope. Dhamma is not about pessimism or optimism. Dhamma is all about realism. We need to be realistic. We need to accept the truth. We need to see these truths. So once we understand this, then Buddha said, you have to be mindful to transform your life. How do you transform your life? As human beings, we all have the tendency to do the negative things. Then Buddha said, well, learn to love yourself. While you're still here, learn to love yourself. Now, how do you love yourself? By distancing yourself from all the negative deeds and then making all efforts to cultivate the positive deeds, at least one good deed a day. This is how you start loving yourself. This is how you live a very meaningful life. And that's why Buddha said, Khattabban kusalam, charitabban brahmacharya. Do all the good deeds and live a good life. Now, lucky Mahatma had good understanding of Dhamma. That's why he got so much involved with the temple activities. Helping the monks, helping the temple, and practicing Dhamma to his best capacity. And even he donated this Bodhi tree not only to Toronto Mahavihara, he also brought a Bodhi tree for our temple as well. We have 2 Bodhi trees. And even today, Rahul performed the Bodhi Puja. When he was performing Bodhi Puja for a family, and I was thinking of Lucky Mahatma as well. So it's a great meritorious deed he did. And this is also a good example for all of us. Now we all will be going through the same thing. One day when our karmic life is vanished over, it doesn't matter how powerful you are, what kind of social status you have, how rich you are, what kind of fashionable life you live. But the sad news is, one day this truth will come to you. It will come to all of us. That's why we, Buddha, encourage every sentient being to live a good life, a dharmic life, a righteous life. Eventually, it is this dharmic life that's going to secure your well-being in this long journey of saṅsāra. And if you are very devoted to the practice of Dhamma, it will help us to shorten our life in the saṅkhārā, and once our paramis are complete, then it will help us to become completely free from the cycle of life by realizing the supreme bliss of Nirvana. So, lucky Mahatma had good understanding of Dhamma, and he lived. And even, as Bhante and I have said, when he went to the hospital, he was talking, he was doing well, he was doing fine. But then suddenly his karma, karmic lifespan was it was creating the environment, preparing himself for this journey. So then he said goodbye. So now as the loved ones, Mother, children, grandchildren, all you can do is just doing kusala karma, wholesome deeds in his memory, and translate with a heart of gratitude and respect. And this is what we all have to do today. So now let us make one final wish with the joint palms, bring your palms to your heart. Maybe you can take a deep breath and relax. And feel a special connection to Lucky Mahatma. Now and all other children, he has done so much for you, for grandchildren. He did so much for you, he loved you. For the family, friends and relatives, he was there for you. He had nice conversations. Whatever good things he has done for you, for the community, maybe you can relate yourself to him. Make this a special connection to him. And let your heart and mind become full of the feelings of gratitude. Have so much respect for him. With the heart full of gratitude and respect, let us make a good wish for him. Thank you, Lucky Ayya, for being there for us. We greatly appreciate your presence in our life. In your loving memory, today we perform this Parasubhavastra Puja. We have taken refuge of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Saṅkhārā. We observe the Paññasila, the 5 precepts. On your behalf, we have offered the Mahatma, the venerable, to the Mahasangha, to the entire community of the monks and nuns. And the venerable monks did the recitation of aniccā of the saṅkhārā as a form of meditation practice on anicca prasana, marananusati, reflection of death. We have listened to this Dhamma talk as a form of meditation practice. So in your loving memory, we engaged in a series of meritorious deeds. We made a lot of merits. We transferred these merits to you. Now, one more final wish we would like to make for you. May all these meritorious deeds be of help to you to gain speediest release from the cycle of life, and eventually may you attain supreme bliss of Nirvana with these thoughts of mind. Says